Sky Squad, we are in the building. What's going on, y'all? We, of course, are going to be talking. We're going to have a little casual conversation today because your boy is exhausted. And if I would go into why, but I don't want to bore you the details of, life when it's life in. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to be talking about lawsuits, okay? And just so you are aware, for those of you guys who have a disdain for spoilers, this entire video is a spoiler alert for Sunday's episode. Okay? That's number one. Number two, the links for both of the topics that we're going to be talking about are in the description down below. Okay, they're already in the description. I already put them down there. So if you need to, for whatever reason, skedaddle on over to the internet and the webs, you know where to go. Okay, you know where to go. So I want you guys to let us know where you're watching from. Let us know where you guys are in the chatterization while I pull up our first item that's on the docket. Thank you, Shannon. I literally just threw this on because I was like, again, life was life. And so I said, let me throw something on my head today. All right, let's talk about it. I'm going to pull it up. We're going to our friends over at the OMFG Reality TV. Okay. Shout out to OMFG Reality TV. Behind the scenes, y'all have no idea how amazing some of these Instagram sites are that I refer y'all to. I mean, it's just a nice little camaraderie behind the scenes. That's what I can definitely tell you. So, in this clip right here, really,
said about me.
I'm not gonna play it because, as you guys know, that could be a problem for the YouTubes. But I want you guys to see, okay? Because when we do have our discussions, it's a bit of show and tell. Okay, it's a bit of show and tell. Thank you, CJ. I see y'all. I see y'all. I see y'all. Thank you so much. All right, so in this clip, this is a sort of two-part clip that we're going to be discussing with Karen addressing not only Charisse, but also Mia. Now, we've previously had discussions on this channel about, how this season of Potomac was filled with, rumors and accusations and allegations. And a lot of these allegations were of an intimate nature, specifically the ones that involved Karen. As you guys may recall, it was alleged by Charisse that Karen had, allegedly been in the club, in the bathroom, getting it on, a shaking and a shagging, allegedly with a bartender, for which it sounded cockamamie to me. So in the clip, when it is addressed, Charisse says, well, that's because you were saying all of these things that you had heard about me. So it made me wonder, well, then is it that you heard these things about Karen, or you just simply said them because she said something about you, ? Or did you see this with your own two Nene Leakes eyes? You understand what I'm saying? So that's the question that I would have. That would have been my follow-up question with Charisse. A, did somebody tell you that Karen slipped up and fell into the bathroom with somebody? Or did you just say it because she had said something about you, in which case that ain't cute? Or did you see this with your own two eyes? Okay. That's number one. And so for Karen, her thing with Charisse is, I have never said anything about you and your intimate life or anything about you being intimate with somebody because you have kids. Basically, she's saying, I've never said anything about you being intimately inappropriate with someone because of, the fact that you do have kids, right? Because it's one thing to, I think say, well, you were seen around town with so and so. It's another thing to say you was shagging and a shaking and a bumping and a grinding in the bathroom in the club. Now I know for a lot of y'all, if you like me, it's been a little minute since you done been into a club. Okay. But I want y'all to picture it. Sicily yesterday. You been to the bathroom in a club. Do y'all know what the bathroom in the club look like? Filthy, nasty, just low down. And I'm sorry, clubs. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to you. Okay. I'm sorry to all the club owners out there. But in general, most club bathrooms, it's just a little nasty when everybody is at the club. I don't know why it's urination on the floor. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why it smells a little funky and musty and a little bit like smoke in the bathroom. Okay. I don't know why that is, but I just for the life of me can't see Karen nor Sharice or any of these ladies itching for a scratch in the club bathroom. Okay. I just don't see it. Right. Bree, I barely want to use the bathroom. I want to get in and get out as fast as I can. So even say that on the TV, I feel like y'all come on. Y'all remember when Potomac was about etiquette? You don't supposed to sit in my middle seat when it's my birthday party. Do y'all remember those days? Back in circus season 1, wherever I sit is the baddest seat in the building. I just can't see it. I just cannot see it. I just can't see it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't see it, babe. I can't see it. So I wish these types of allegations would just, stop. And I mean all allegations amongst any of the cast members. Okay. If you cannot provide physical proof, then I suggest in the future you just don't say it. That goes for every cast member. Okay? Okay. And even Wendy is going to point out in this segment, everybody in this group, gets mad when it's a rumor about them, but will still go out and spread a rumor. So that leads Andy to then go to Mia. Well, Mia, tell us more about this situation with Karen allegedly dating the friend of the restaurant owner. And Mia's like, who, me? We gonna talk about this today? Andy's like, did I stutter? Okay. And he say that, but when you watch the clip, you will understand why I said he says, did I stutter? Because he's like, is this mic on? I mean, what? Yes, we're going to talk about it today. You remember how Giselle was like, oh, we're going to talk about it later? And Andy was like, we're going to talk about it now. Okay. We're going to talk about it today, right in this instance. Get to talking. Okay. Um, he pulled a Martin. You better get to talking. Tony, season 1 was the last time we were, there was a modicum of decency. The good old days. Thank you so much, Tony. And I always count on Tony for a word. So Andy gets to pressing Mia about this situation, and Karen wants to know too. And so Mia is like, well, it was actually, I don't want to say who it was, but it was somebody in the family. So basically, it was somebody that was related to her that allegedly said this information based on the clip. And so Karen is like, well, I want to know who. Who is it? Who is it? Okay. I want to know who is it. You give that person's name to Andy because I'm going to sue him. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Karen says, because I'm going to sue. I'm going to get the law on him. Okay. Get the law, the long arm of the law. All right. Now, if by our count, the lawsuit count could be up to 2, okay? Based on this clip right here, I don't believe that Karen is going to sue because I feel like she was maybe just in the heat of the moment, but it is literally the second time in as many days, okay, that we've heard the term sue or lawsuit being tossed around with this show. Okay? Which leads me to think that maybe the people on this show need to just watch what they say about each other. You know, it's one thing to have personality conflict. You know what I'm saying? I don't like you because I just don't vibe with you. You know what I'm saying? Or you say something. I like when issues are a result of, again, personality conflict, difference of opinion, miscommunication. Those are the real good. That's the real good stuff that shows are based on. A show that's really doing that well right now is Love and Marriage DC. I don't know if you guys have watched it yet, but definitely check it out. They drama is really about miscommunication. I don't like her because personality conflict. Now, granted, it was some of the allegations last season, but for the majority of part this season, it's really personality based. So anyway, um, yeah, and so at that point in time, um, I'm looking at some of y'all comments. So at that point in time, that's when Wendy says, people in this group, get mad when people accuse them of something, but they be steadily accusing other people of other things. And at the end of the day, let's just stop with the accusations. And I feel like this show could be a lot better when we get off of this little tip right here and get down into the nitty gritty and the meat of what's really going on with the ladies themselves, because we are fans of the women themselves, not necessarily the accusations that they make. Um, I can't say that on YouTube, but I'm gonna thank you for your super chat because I also got to put up the alleged badge because with so many people throwing the word around the word lawsuit, okay, you got to be careful what you say out here in these streets. You know what I'm saying? You really do. Thank you, MJ, for that super chat. You got to be real careful about what you say about. That's why, I will tell you guys, by and large, what I talk about on this channel, I provide commentary on things that are published and on what I see. Okay, if it's out there and it's in print and they talking about it, okay, cool. But I ain't trying to dig up no stuff, on my own, because that's just not what I do. I'm giving you my perspective from somebody that's working in A, news, and B, has done reality TV. And 3, um, I like a little good old Ponderosa every day. Okay. Period. We will have to take a look at that, Da Vinci. We will have to take a look at that. Let's move on. All right, we got another clip that we're going to talk about. Of course, now we got to talk about. Oh, yes. Mia versus Jacqueline. Ay, ay, ay. Hopefully, this don't result in another lawsuit. All right. So this clip is taken from the Real Housewives zone. And you guys can, again, check the clip in the description of this video. And so we get into really, I think this clip honestly picks up from where last week left off with Jacqueline and Mia and all of the paperwork. You know what I'm saying? I didn't put my paperwork away, so I'm not going to pick it up today. But basically, they got the paperwork, and Jacqueline tells Mia and the rest of the group, you are not the CEO of your own company. That's number one, she says. Yes, the photocopies. Okay. Is it a reunion if you don't have no photographs and photocopies and screenshots of text messages? Is it? Let me know. It's not a reunion if ain't no photocopies being shared. It's not a reunion. So she tells her, you're not even the CEO of your own company. It's Gordon that is the CEO of the company. And everybody is, oh my God, shocked. Okay. Then Jacqueline tells Mia, as she produces the text receipts, you were not with my mother on Mother's Day. Okay. As you stated in the during the episodes, you simply called her on the FaceTime. Okay. And Mia clarifies, well, yeah, we did talk on the FaceTime. Okay. Yeah, that's the case. Then Jacqueline says, your husband had to call me because you were in Atlanta running around and he did not know where you were. So your own husband does not even trust you. Oh, Lord. So Mia does explain. She says, well, I was in Atlanta and I was going to brunch with an ex of hers mother. Okay. And so they did have a conversation about that and they worked through things. So Andy got to get down to the T. Now, mind you, Mia also has a crystal box filled with paperwork and files, but she doesn't really get to those because I think Mia is having a slight change of heart in this moment. I can't, but that's just my sense. I can't tell because she does put the box away. All right. So, Jacqueline is ready to continue, but Andy's like, now, wait a minute. Jacqueline, were you shaking and a shagging with Gordon? Jacqueline says no. All right. So then the rest of the group is like, well, why were y'all playing so coy about it when Giselle asked you? And Jacqueline says that was a narrative that the rest of the ladies ran with. And she says that Mia never said that, Jacqueline and Gordon was shaking and a shagging. So then Andy asked, so Jacqueline, were you and Mia shaking and a shagging? Okay. And so both Jacqueline and Mia say no. All right. So at this point in time, Candace is kind of like, I didn't think that they was shaking and a shagging. Okay. I didn't think they was shaking and a shake, rattle, and roll in the bathroom with the bartender. Okay. I didn't think so. And so then at that point, the question, well, actually, no, it's Mia's turn. So Mia then says, well, no. Oh. So Andy says this. So Jacqueline, do you shake and shag with the married men? Jacqueline says, no, I do not shake, shag, and rock and roll with the married men. Okay? I don't do that. So then Andy's like, well, Mia, why did you say that? And so Mia says, I'm gonna let her have that one. I'm just gonna let her have it. I'm gonna let her have it. See, at this point, I do feel like again, I said it earlier, but I feel like Mia is having a slight change of heart. Somebody need to, because if y'all done had like a 20-year friendship or whatever the case, I feel like y'all should have thought about this before. Okay, y'all should have thought about this before and had some rules and regulations for what y'all will and won't do. So then, because it ain't over, Mia says, the reason I came at her so hard was because she knew what she was doing when she came after me and my husband. Because she said that in their argument, she refers back to when Jacqueline said to the group that Mia needs some D. And so for Mia, that was a trigger because Mia states, and this is a spoiler again, spoiler alert. If you don't want to be spoiled, turn out the volume for about 10 seconds. Mia says that Jacqueline was one of the only people that knew that G had suffered from prostate cancer. And so I'm like, I don't remember if she had said it during the season, but I think she might. But Karen, pipes up and says, "Oh, yes, she did share that. You did share that with me." And so she felt like because of whatever has gone on with that, that may have impacted them, that is why Jacqueline was making that statement. And so she felt incensed by that because at that point she felt like Jacqueline was coming for G. And so that is why she went so hard at Jacqueline about the married men. So at that point, Jacqueline tells her, "You are exaggerating. The only person who has that issue with G is you." Father God in heaven, I know we are on this internet talking about what happened on the show, Lord, but I just pray, okay, that they just find a way to make it right and move on, and I don't have to hear nothing else about this argumentation ever again, because I just feel like, I mean, it's just gotten so bad, Lord. And I just pray that you just wrap your hands around it and just make it better. Okay, there we go. All right, I didn't done what I could. I done lifted it up in the prayer. Okay. At this point in time, it's in the Lord's hands. It's in the Lord's hands. It is with the Lord. Because I can't take no more of them airing each other business out. I can't. I can't do it. I cannot. I can't do it. I cannot do it. I cannot do it. Okay? Lord have mercy. Ain't it though? That is just the worst. Like you again, it is the worst. Oh, oh. I had to exhale. So, what have we learned today, class? I'll tell you. One, don't invite your friends on a reality TV show. Actually, just don't do one, okay? Just don't do one. Save yourself the trouble because honestly, I do feel like that's the lesson. Ooh, there you go. I knew somebody was gonna come in with a good word. And CCF Freak, you done came in with the word. Be careful on the mad day. Okay? Be ye careful on the mad day. Because you don't want to be the person that starts spilling tea about your friend when they know stuff also about you. Like, remember the code, y'all. There's the code, the G code, no pun intended. And that code is when you know stuff about your good Judy, your good friend, your BFF, and y'all get mad at each other, you know what you need to do? I'm going to tell you what to do. Write down your feelings on a piece of paper. Okay? Listen to what I say. Listen to what I tell you now. Write down how you feel. Get those feelings out. Don't put it in no text message. Don't send it. No, don't do nothing. You write it on a piece of paper, and then you burn that paper to a crisp. Burn it to a crisp. Burn it. Burn it. Burn it in the fireplace. And make sure that the whole page burnt. That way, you have gotten out your feelings. You have said what you need to say. And if you don't ever want to talk to them again, block them. Okay? Block them. And that's that on period. Okay? Burn it to a crisp. Leave nothing but ashes. And then be done with it. Or this, Tony. Or this. You know. Or my thing is don't say it aloud. Like you especially if you're on the TV, you know. I don't know. I don't know, man. Buddha Bell says that's why I don't have no friends. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. I want the best for the people, man. You know, I really do. I feel like everybody on this show got some good stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? So ain't no need in ruining it by, saying stuff that might get you in trouble later. They got businesses. They are on the precipice of just being able to do all of these amazing things. I would hate to see any of that come to ruin because they didn't got the talking on Mad Day, you know? So we about to see it all play out on Sunday, and we're gonna definitely get that good old one-on-one with Robin and Andy on Sunday night. Oh, and the SWV and Escape show is on at 9:30 p.m. on Sunday. So we definitely gonna watch and talk about that. Okay. So with that being said, y'all, I got 30 minutes before I got a meeting. I'm gonna take me a quick little 1, 2, 3 nap. But I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video. I love y'all and happy Friday.